Okay, we're live. Today's soundtrack is going to be Final Fantasy VI, which is a repeat, but it's one of my favorite soundtracks, so we're going to go with it. Alright, so last time, let's just take a look. We implemented the tournament UI, essentially. Which is this little fairly crudely assembled bracket here with our new animals that we're going to be adding. So, let's get started. First things first, let's import our new sprites that I've made. Actually, let's follow some consistency here in naming. S Baryonyx and S Carnotaurus. So yes, S underscore capital I Iguanodon. You have to... Am I dumb? It's like right there. Alright, name is S underscore Iguanodon. Alright, importing. Alright, so 3 frames, and then we want to duplicate the standing one. Okay, yes. Alright, there's our dog shit Iguanodon walk cycle. Now, let's look at, for instance, the Baryonyx. 1151 by 400. And with the Carno... 1151 650. So why don't we adjust the width here? Okay, 1150. Should be good. Alright, sprite number 2 is S underscore Stegosaurus. Importing. Another 3-frame cycle. Nope, not that one. This one should be in the middle. Okay. Alright, there's our walk cycle. Okay, so, another thing here. Baryonyx faces that way. Iguanodon faces that way. Stegosaurus is the one that's wrong. That's not what I want to do. Probably not what I want to do. Yeah, very, very shitty. I didn't even, like, animate leg joints this time. But they're 2 quadrupeds, so it's not as significant anyway. So the question is, do I have a good way to invert this? And then, yeah, for the FPS, do we need to set this? Yes, 4 FPS on everything. Maybe there is a way to do it here. The mirror. This probably is where it has to happen. Mirror brush tool. The fuck? Why is it a brush tool? What the fuck? How does that work even? I should have flipped these ahead of time, but I just wasn't thinking about it. There's got to be an option to just mirror the sprite itself, because it doesn't make any sense that there wouldn't be, because otherwise you're stuck. You'd have to duplicate every sprite twice over, and I don't think they would make you do that. Also, I ended up on the Iguanodon when I wanted to flip the Stego, but it doesn't matter. Okay, next step is going to be to... So we got the enemy. We have a way to switch the sprite on this object, which we'll have to do. We need to find the baryonyx info again, and copy that over. There's no point in creating the data for the Iguanodon and Stegosaurus until we have the capability to switch between data sets. Hey, Rugops, welcome to the stream. Oh my god. I just don't remember where we initialized the baryonyx. Probably way back on like the title or something, because we had this. Yeah, here it is. Originally that's all we had, right? So this is initialized as global.en, right? Which is what is used in battle. So what we do is we just create new data structures, and then we replace this. So 3 of these. So let's just call these this for now. We'll just use capital letter dinosaur name. Baryonyx. Iguanodon. Your Discord was hacked a few days ago, but you fought back and won. Congratulations on your victory in battle. Alright, Spike the Iguanodon. I don't know if the diet is like actually used anywhere. We're not going to change these other abilities or anything. I mean, it really should have Thorny Hide, but we're going to go back through and redo the passives on the Baryonyx at some point anyway. These were just test passives. So yeah, I guess that's all we changed for now. What was the Stego? Did we call it like Morrison or something? I think we did. Herbivore. Okay. So, next thing we do, I guess, is we look at our room. So, the battle start button is probably where we want to implement this change. Room go to battle. So we want maybe just a simple global tournament list at this point. Yeah, let's just hard code a simple thing like this. Global.enemies equals... Can I do this? Global dot... And then just reference them this way. Hey, Cryo, why are you so mad? What happened? Did your Discord get hacked too? You got banned from Instagram. What did you do? I've never used Instagram. I have no idea what their moderation is like. Okay, so this looks like this works as a way to like reference these. Brackets. So the names might be hard-coded right now, I don't remember. Yes. Carnoberry, Iguanodon, Stego. Stego should be last. You combined a spoon and a microwave gif and then an explosion gif, and that got you banned? What the fuck? I guess if you were, like, in a way, telling somebody to, like, kill themselves, I can see that being a thing. What is this random Sprite 26 here? Delete this shit. Drink? I didn't even see the thing. Someday I'm gonna have to figure out why these alerts broke, but that is not today. Okay, yeah, there it is on the thing. I can see the alerts on the activity feed, they just don't actually, like pop on screen or play a sound anymore, which is why they're so easy for me to miss them. Spiky Iguanodon's in. Alright, yeah, Stegosaurus was last, so we're gonna make sure he's last on the list placement. He is. And then I think we do just like a global dot enemy counter, which will just be like which enemy you're currently fighting in the list, index 0, 1, or 2. And then I guess whenever you go to the lobby, let's do this. We do global.enemies is this. So what we want to do is we want to take an index from this list which corresponds to the enemy counter. Like that. And then this would be global.en. Gets replaced by this information? What is the cutest fish? I don't know. I can't think of a good joke. How about a blobfish? I'll go with blobfish. So, this gets replaced every time we enter the lobby with whatever the current index is. And then we just gotta increment the index when a battle ends. So we can probably do that in the scripts. Index increments on battle completion needs a reset when tournament ends. So we just do we do that here actually. If this is higher than 1, because it resets on 2 after the data's transferred. Puffer fish. They are classic fish. They're one of the fish of all time. This is the song that plays when Domas get in their shit fucked. Everybody's being poisoned by the water supply. Spoilers. Not even spoilers, because it's, precedes the plot, not part of the plot. What Discord is this that I'm getting pinged on? What is this? What even is this Discord? Oh, this is, for a Pokemon ROM. Pokemon ROM hack. That's why I didn't know what the fuck that Discord was. I got a few of those I'm keeping an eye on. Okay. Hold on, gotta talk to Garrett quick. Okay. So this resets the enemy counter, so this should work. So now we just gotta increment the enemy counter. And so that was in the scripts. We got victory stuff baked into some functions down here. This is resist checks. Stat trigger buff. Okay, grit. So there should be a go back to lobby thing here somewhere. Passage of time, room go to victory. Plus equals 1. Okay, now theoretically this all works. Theoretically this is actually all we need to do. So, we should... It's not going to work perfectly because we definitely can interrupt this by going back to the ranch. So we'll need to like clean this up at some point. But it's enough to get started. Oh god, we're bleeding! Nice, we got some healing. Huge, huge. Oh no, that's bad. Now we're behind the gun here on, Yeah, it's turning on us. We're falling behind. We were doing good at the start. Now we're fucked. Now we're fucked. Oh god. No. Okay, well. Okay, now we click start battle again. It is still the baryonyx. So that didn't seem to work. I'm curious if we end this and go back to ranch, what happens? Oh, we're about to die anyway. Okay, go to ranch. Tournament. Start battle. Still baryonyx. Oh, the data's updating here. Oh, right, because I never implemented the sprite change. Yeah. I forgot to do that. It is working. That was the Stegosaurus there in the third fight. Okay, it's 8 o'clock my time. I could go for another hour here, or closer to 2 hours. Okay, so yeah, there's a capability to change the sprite that is assigned to an object that we've used previously. I just need to remember where we use it. Maybe we use it for the bleed icons, I think, right? Yeah, sprite index, get object, get sprite. Get sprite of O layout. Okay, this is a blank index. Okay. Get sprite bleed icon. Okay. Yeah, okay. So what we can do, maybe there's a better way to do this. Almost certainly a better way to do this. But what I think I'm going to do is just create an object, a blank placeholder object that I can assign the sprite to. And this actually might have benefits. So, let's just create an object, which is going to be O underscore baryonyx, and a sprite, which is going to be baryonyx. Okay. That's all it needs to be. Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus. Iguanodon. Iguanodon. Okay. And now when we go to here, global.en becomes this. Object get sprite. We'll get the sprite for... Oh shit, wait. Okay, maybe we store this somewhere else. Let's do this. I don't know a good way to, like, track my sprite indexes, and I don't know if they're even fixed. Because they may not be. They may be assigned as sprites are generated in the game, or used. But we do this. Object get sprite. Obaryonyx. Oops. Yeah. This is a lot of work, relatively speaking, to get sprite indexes for the different dinosaurs. Probably a better way to handle this Okay, so we create 3 local variables here. And then we want to do a data struct. Global sprite indexes. I forgot how to make these. Equals bracket colon. Okay. Honestly, this sort of thing is maybe not the worst. Why does it flag... Yes. No. Commas. Commas in the struct. Syntax. Great, so these are now assigned under global.sprite indexes. This information now lives forever in the code. Okay, so that's set. Then we go to... here. Ah, there's one slight concern. Well, no, there's not. No, this'll work. Okay, hold on. Wait, do I need it set in the object itself? Yeah, you set the sprite index inside the object. Okay, so we go to creation of the enemy. And we go sprite index. So this isn't going to be here. So this gets implemented this way. Global.sprite index is, and we want to find the name, which should be under global.en dot name or something. Name. Okay, and that should find the sprite index for the animal that it matches. Let's test it. And then the next stuff I want to focus on is like all the UI stuff for the actual progress of the tournament. We're going to actually give these guys abilities next session, especially given that I now have less time to stream tonight. All right, baryonyx. We start the battle and the game crashes. Okay. Error of creative event, unable to convert string lurk to N64. Oh, because the name is the name of the thing, not the name of the species. Yep. It literally is species. Okay. I might... No, this should be a string. I should have this set up correctly, right? Okay, unable to convert string baryonyx to N64. Sprite index of global.sprite indexes. Oh, I think... Yeah, no, I just need to do this. I do need to do this. Because that is looking for an index unless I give it the sign that it's a string. I thought of that initially, then I'm like, oh, it's already a string, but that's not how that works. It has to be a string for you to give it the $sign and for it to understand what that means. Okay. Just spam shit. Who cares? Just kill me. Just kill me. Just kill me. Just kill me. Kill me. Kill me. I'm here. Kill me. Okay. That still says lurk. That still says lurk. So this doesn't update on this screen. Is that because this screen is different than the main lobby screen? Might be. So it didn't work the other time either. It only worked when we went back to the ranch. So I want to verify that this is working at all. Why did it reset? What did I click? What the fuck? I must have clicked back into the battle thing right away. Like the same moment I died. Okay, so there needs to be like a cooldown on that. We're somehow winning almost just spamming shit. I mean, we're gonna bleed out, so we're not gonna win, but we came surprisingly close. Okay. Go to ranch. Tournament. Now it crashes. Fuck. Execution error, variable index 3 out of range 3. Oh, because we double clicked through. Yeah. Wait, why did that not reset? Oh, because it didn't find the reset on the other screen. Okay. So. Oh, victory screen. And then this is all draw. This is replacing the text, go to ranch, start battle. So probably all we need to do is change the victory screen. This is battle start. Battle start to ranch. Yeah, this is a different version of this. So this should go to the lobby. Does this actually work? Let's go to lobby. I mean, it should be good. So we do victory screen. We kill this. And then we just put this in here instead. Now this victory screen is a separate screen. What would you do if I made a homunculus based on you? It depends what you do with homunculus, you know? If you're treating your homunculus ethically, then it's probably fine. If you do fucked up things with homunculus, then, you know, maybe it's not good. Oh my god, we're winning. Oh, we're fucked. The second we start bleeding, we lose. Always. We also paid a big deficit by burning out our stamina anyway, so it was always fucked. Okay. Okay, it's updated to Spike the Iguanodon. Oh my god! There he is! He's coming right at me! Oh my god, he's fucking my shit up! Also, he should be like way bigger. He's just a little guy. But we'll scale the enemies later. Okay. We go back to the tournament. Morrison the Stegosaurus, let's go! He's backwards! I haven't fixed him! He's still going Thagomizer first. I forgot about that. Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed. A part of me wants to keep him backwards as a joke. Like, just turn the head so he's, like, looking forward, but he always advances Thagomizer first. That would kind of make sense. And then if I start this again, reset to the Iguanodon. Why did it reset to the Iguanodon? Oh, because it resets to 0, then increments? Yes, that's why. Lobby layout. It does make sense for the Thyreophorans to face away, to have the tail facing you, yeah. So this should just be -1. Because the next time this comes up, it'll get incremented by +1. Wait. Yes. Yes. That should be right. Okay. Let's do, first off, the music is gone. Continue watching, idiot fuck. Okay. We need to figure out how to mirror that sprite. How to flip your character in Game Maker. Making image to X scale negative flips it horizontally. So the fundamental problem is specifically that the Stegosaurus faces a different way. What if I do it here? Yep, that did not work correctly. Oh god, he's been erased. He's a block now. Okay, shit. Alright, let's fix it. Let's fix it now. Select all. Flip horizontal. Save. Select all. Flip horizontal. Save. Select all. Horizontal. Save. Okay, that should be fixed now. So we do import Stegosaurus once more. Alright, this goes here. This is frame 2. Copy. Move to the end. Paste. 4 frames is still set. Okay. Alright, we're making some new sprites. So, this doesn't need to be animated. Stegospine 1. So these sprites are just the plates, because the concept of the Stego... Oh, we need to edit the size of this. 150. The idea is the Stegosaurs have color-changing plates, which reflect their health bar. Oops. How do I actually exit that? Do I have to actually just click the X there? I mean, it works. I keep hitting the wrong thing because I'm stupid. Import image. There we go. Yellow spine. Resize to 1150. Okay, so 3 different colored spines. Hey, Primal Gamer. I'm doing alright. How are you? Now, how in the world do we make that work? What we need is a way to have, like, other objects that get attached, right? So we do, like, create object. Enemy overlay. And the reason they need to do this like sprite attachment thing, is they have other plans for this with the Iguanodon and the Quill system, which is going to be a thing mechanically. So, we do scale this down, so we need this. Now this moves here. It's your 23rd birthday? Happy birthday to you. You're getting old. Got your little birthday hanky? That is appropriate. So, yeah, I guess what we'll do for now is we'll just set the scaling size, and then we'll assign this by default the green full health Stegosaurus spine. And then maybe can I just do this? If we do add event step, and I just say x equals O enemy dot x, does that work? And then I could, like, just link the coordinates together, and maybe that's all I have to do for this? Oops. Y equals O enemy dot Y. Have I played Overwatch in the past 10 years? Me, personally, I've never touched Overwatch. Not done a thing with it. So then whenever this moves, the spine should move with it. Theoretically. Now, currently the spine will show up on everything, which is fine. I just want to track how it moves. But we also need to actually have it show up, because it's not going to be generated currently. So probably the battle screen is generating the object for the enemy sprite, I would imagine. So we have O layout. Oh no, because it's right here. It's generated automatically. So then what I have to do... Well, it should move to the position, because it moves every step. That's okay, man. If you're fossilizing, I am already turned to dust, so. It is giant. Why? Like, I might have resized the baryonyx manually. Okay. We're just gonna look at this. We're gonna see what happens. Okay, no, it's, it ends up being correct. It's actually stapled straight to his fucking body, moving perfectly with him. That was really easy to code. It's great how that works out sometimes. Alright, well now we gotta see I want to see the stego to make sure the alignment actually works with the stego itself. It should, because both sprites have the same dimension, but, you know, who knows. And then we need to code all the systems to make it update and not appear when it's not the stego. Twitter is becoming more and more Nazi-filled every day. Yeah, that's what happens when it gets bought by a Nazi synthesizer, or just a Nazi, depending on what actually happens in his head. Okay. Oh, we also need to update that. So, Iguanodon with a Stegosaurus spine stapled to it. Oh my god, we're destroying his ass. It's not gonna last, though. There's the bleed, now we're fucked. Even the knockback is, like, perfectly smooth. That's great. I'm very happy that that was so simple to do. That gives me a lot of hope for modular sprites, which is supposed to be a core feature of the game. Like, if you crossbreed a dinosaur to have horns, the horns should appear. So we can break all those up into pieces. Alright, we don't need to listen to this sad song. I don't fucking care. Where'd the game go? There it is. Alright, Morrison the Stegosaurus. It works! It's perfectly positioned! Okay, we don't need to finish the fight. We're gonna lose anyway. Okay, cool. So that is actually fine. Does not matter. So resizing it, even like the placement, doesn't matter because it's resized later manually in the code and positioned manually in the code. So let's do this. Go to brackets, and then this will just be... Wait. No, this will be... Tournament brackets, and this will be concede. Conceptually. So, this is the battle victory screen, and then you go back to the tournament bracket itself. That needs to update at some point. We'll do that in a second. And then the overlay. So, how do we make this... I know how to make this disappear. We just gotta think about the way we do it to, like, link it up. We do this. We do... if global.en.species Stegosaurus. And then this sets it to be... This sets it to be feeling green. Otherwise, we set the sprite index to be nothing, which we can steal from the bleed icon. Sprite index, yeah, get a blank sprite and just change the sprite index to it. Actually, let's copy all this. Apparently Dicsonia is huge. This feels like, Dickinsonia. This feels like the start of a joke. Apparently the Dickinsonia is huge. There we go. We made the joke happen. Overlay. We need the original index. Which is going to be this. Which is going to be enemy overlay. So this stores its original index. And then we do this here. And I guess we'll keep the if-else check. No. We want different if checks. Yeah, because we're just going to hard set it. Yeah. It should usually be blank. So set it to be nothing. And then if the species is Stegosaurus, we set it to actually be the stego, the green Stegosaurus plates. And then on a step, we do this. We do if this check condition, and then we need our HP bar check. So this is enemy HP, which is displaying global en.hp. Okay. You know what? Let's do this. Let's copy that over. On creation, we get the max HP value stored. And I guess we write HP. But then here we do... Shit. No, we don't do this. Yeah, we use the global.en.hp value directly. Wait, why do I not use that directly in the HP bar? Wait, why does this code work? On creation, we generate the value of max HP. We set HP to equal to max HP. These values are just local variables in this object. Then every step, we adjust the image X scale to be HP over max HP. Why is this... Maybe I set this to be recreated continuously? I might have a really stupid way of doing enemy HP. Well, that's fine. Let's not worry about it. Alright. If it works, don't question it, especially for the demo. Okay, so we store max HP value, which is the value of n.hp that we acquire at the start. But then every step, if Stegosaurus, global.n.hp is below max divided by 2. Just copy this. And then we do below 20%, I guess? Sub 5. And these will be the new sprite indexes. Okay, so we need 2 new objects. We'll call it Stego Spine 2, which is Stego Spine 2. Stego Spine 3, corresponding to Sprite, Stego Spine 3. And then we do enemy overlay. Three and 2. Now, if I go to here, we could put Stegosaurus first, I think, without disrupting the code. I think this is fine. It'll be wrong in the ordering, but this should let us bug check this easier. Yeah, it's working. Okay, error step, unknown object.max HP not set before reading it. Right. Okay. We can do this. Right? Hold on. Wait, why would this not be set? This should be set here. Wait, why did this not work? Global.en.hp. Oh, wait. This wasn't the problem. It was max HP. Oh, it's just a typo. It's this. Almost always a typo of one kind or another, right? Okay. Alright, now we just gotta kick him down to half HP. Hopefully. Before we die, so we can see if the effect works. Come on! Didn't work. Okay. I think I probably know why this didn't work. Because I don't think the internal HP actually changes. But player HP still exists here. Unless there's some obvious mistake. Get the index of spine 2 and spine 3, set the sprite index. Well, this is all typo, so yeah. Fuck. That's probably the problem, huh? Okay. O player HP, O player max HP. This is the value that updates. Where does this come from? Like, where is this initialized? Because this is being reset somewhere. It could be... I could have made it reset in the other stuff. In, like, the victory code and shit. Yeah. Oh! That's an object, obviously. This is why it's important to have these tags in front. So that you get used to thinking of things as objects. That's why this is an internal parameter on the HP bar. Because this parameter is used and adjusted by things outside of that object's code. Yeah, okay. This is why my coding is a mess. I don't consistently use object-oriented programming, and I should more. Okay, is this going to work then? Fetching max HP here is fine. Yes, because this is changed and set before we go to the lobby. This should work. And then here, if Stegosaurus, if enemy HP drops below thresholds, it should change. Let's run it. Let's check it. Zozo! No raptors, not yet. Come on. We're so close. We just need one more hit to like see if the effect works. I'm gonna get stamina locked, I can tell. Get the fuck away from me, you prick! I'm gonna lose! No! I want to see the effect, you asshole! Let's do, you know what? We can get it. We can get it. We can do it. We can get the 50%. We can get it. Oh, our Raptors they are gonna be in the game. Yeah, yeah. They're not in the game currently, but they will be in the game. Probably Utah Raptor might be the only one. There'll be like a subset. There'll be like we'll probably do Silurosaurs as like their own category. So Raptors will be like the lightweight Silurosaurs, kinda, is the idea, maybe. Hey! That's being weird. The plates are... You can see the plates shift slightly. Interesting. Why does the alignment just get slightly weird? I mean, it's fine. Also, we shouldn't be in the red yet. Huh. We also need to get that reset. Oh, it's because these are in the wrong order. Okay, so it does slightly wiggle. Oshiraptor might have a shot if I'm okay with birds. Yeah, the roster is by no means, like, set in stone. I mean, Utahraptor probably makes more sense because it's a very robust animal, which makes it a little more logical in terms of, like, you know, fighting versus a less sturdy animal, but the lightweight roster is especially not set. Get him! Okay, I'm cooked. All my stamina's gone. I'm gonna lose without getting the trigger again. Stay back! Stay back, you fiend! Get away from me! I'm gonna kick him all the way over to the other side of the arena. Get back, you fuck! Out of here. It's not gonna work. We're gonna bleed out before we can recover more stamina. Okay, he's below half and it didn't color change. Why did it not color change at all now? If enemy is below half, if enemy is below 20%, color 3, otherwise color 2. These worked when they're in the other order. Why did it not work now? Weird. Why don't we do... Let's... Stegospine 3, Stegospine 2... Why would it not work? Maybe... something was missed? The trigger was missed somehow? Oh, if I miss every fucking hit, it ain't gonna work. Alright. Alright, we gotta intervene. We gotta make our boy a little stronger. We're just gonna go ahead and crank up damage. We're just gonna add a fat 200 points of damage in here. That might be too much. 100 points of damage. Okay, and then I'm just gonna miss every fucking hit. Cool. I don't care to listen to that song. In the context of the game, it doesn't do anything. Well that didn't fucking work, huh? I still got my ass kicked. What the fuck? Okay, 200 damage. This is like the Japanese soundtrack, so I can't tell which track is which. Skipping ahead a few. Dude, even plus 200 damage doesn't make, like, hardly any difference. I need to tune the stat stuff a bit more. Okay, wait. It looked like the sprite turned invisible. What the fuck? Because the overlay right now should be green. But it starts green, so it's like hard to notice, right? Okay, now the red kicked in correctly. So the yellow is just not working. The red works and the yellow isn't working. I won! Yay! Let's kick the shit out of the Baryonyx and make sure the spine doesn't show up when his HP is low. Okay, the attribute tuning definitely needs to be like a thing that happens. Because it does not matter much. We are still losing. Okay, we did win. Okay. So, why does the yellow spine not work now? It's specifically the yellow, not the red. I don't know why that would be. That really makes no sense to me. There has to be like a typo, right? This is alphabetized, so these are definitely O's. I don't see it. I don't see why this line doesn't work. Unless the else condition is not a thing. Like, is it a problem if it's an else that's nested within a few ifs? Why doesn't this... That's the only thing I can think of. Well, we can do this. Maybe because I didn't have brackets on the else? We should understand why that didn't work. We shouldn't just plow ahead, ignoring it. Game maker else. If else conditional operators. If expression statement. If expression statement else. Okay, hold on. It's a good habit to always put parentheses around the expression and curly brackets around the statement in the if, otherwise only the first statement will be executed, and take a new line in the block for each statement. This will work if expression statement. This is better. If expression else. This is what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know why that wouldn't work. Let's test if this works, the stupider version. And if this doesn't work, then we need to think more about why this doesn't work. Where this disconnect is coming from with the yellow spines index. Okay, well, I just destroyed his ass and he didn't color change. He might not be below 20%, but like... Okay, now the red kicks in. So yeah, the yellow's still not working, it seems. Unless I did too much damage and somehow broke it. If enemy.hp is below max divided by 2. This should work. I don't know why it wouldn't. Fuck you. Can't land a kick to save my life. Come on, dude. Okay, wait, he went below, but I didn't see what it looked like. Fuck. You know what? Okay, let's do a different thing. Let's do this. Spine 3 works, so let's run Spine 3 in both slots. And just see if it turns red when it's supposed to. Maybe there's something, other issue here I'm not noticing. But it should work, because it was red before. Yeah. So charge worked. So the code works, it's the sprite that's the problem for some reason. Is it layering? It shouldn't be layering. Let's do this. Y equals this. Let's do 100 plus this. So there's the green overlay. I did too much damage! I skipped straight to the red. I did switch this back, right? Yes. Okay, he's at 41. It turned invisible. Why did it turn invisible? Okay, so the overlay... The index is changing, but it's changing to nothing. Why would it do that? Am I going crazy? I don't see a difference in the syntax. Why does the sprite become nothing? I don't have any events under Spine 2 or Spine 3. Nothing. These are just objects that don't do anything. How the fuck? Wait a second. No, it's only turned invisible on creation. Once it exists stepwise, nothing should turn it invisible. Unless this breaks for some reason. Dude, I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills. What the fuck? Why would this... I'm completely flabbergasted. Because there's nothing here to erase the sprite index. This code definitely fires. But for some reason, this is not... working. Object get sprite. These are the same things. I am completely and utterly and thoroughly confused. Oh, we copy-pasted it. If there's some sort of weird syntax error somehow I'm not seeing. What the fuck? Okay, so now that worked. So what if I do... I don't remember what I set it as. The yellow spread ain't working! What the fuck? Well, we're hosed. We missed every fucking attack. Okay, now it worked. So this bug was like legitimately just a bug. Like some sort of internal compile bug. Somehow. And that sucks, because I wasted so much time trying to figure out what the fuck was happening there. Weird. Oops, those are the sprites. I guess we'll kill this? Let's just leave it there. Fuck it. It's fine. Don't touch anything when it works. Alright, let's fix the Carnotaurus's stats. I mean, I guess we should check that it actually is visible in game, but it'll work. Like, we fixed the alignment now. Yep. Cool. Cool! So let's, yeah, Stego in the back. Of the tournament roster. And we fix the Carnotaurus's genes to not have an insane damage bonus, which is the only thing that makes it win. Okay. So now we want to work on the brackets. Here. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so we got about 20 minutes to keep working here. So let's see. I need tournament markers. How do we want to do this? Let's find just a simple green check mark. PNG to steal. Dino Rancher asset folder is here. Save. And a red X. Okay. Create a sprite. Importing a red X. The width of 200 or something, maybe? No. Let's call it 400. Leave it at that. We're gonna resize it further if we need to. Creating sprites. Importing image of a green check. $400. Naming this S Green C. Okay. Create an object. Now, what do we call this? We called this, yeah, bracket. So this will be bracket marker. We'll set it to this temporarily. If I change it here now, okay. It's about half the size yet again. Maybe 60. Okay, fuck it. Oops. Why is there not a better way to align these? I mean, this'll work. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm just making sure these don't like rescale. Oh, I moved the sprites directly. And the first one, it was an object. Right? What the fuck? Okay, yeah, it's because I went to the other spot. Alright, there we go. Placement is being very weird, but whatever. Can I... Grid alignment would be all well and good if, you know, anything else was actually aligned to a grid here. But because nothing is, this doesn't really achieve much for us. Okay. Good enough. So, when these are created, I didn't actually copy that because I didn't click into the window. Cool. So these are going to mark who wins and loses for the visual recognition of that. So, if... Oh, bracket marker index. Global dot blah blah blah. This check needs to be changed. Okay. How do I want to set this up? Bracket marker 2. This is going to be the red. Floating continent, let's go. Okay. We need to resize the sprite. We did 60 on this, right? Yeah, 60. Okay. So, this is fight hasn't happened. Fight was lost. Fight won. Do I just make like a tournament array, maybe? What will that tournament array? We just do 9 zeros? Problem is these don't know where they are. Yeah, okay. On creation. These need to be generated, they can't be placed. If npar equals 1, okay, original index. Index is changed. Disappears. Or it becomes a red X. Then we generate this here. I guess. Global dot tournament array. It was INP, right? In par. It was not INP. Okay, so in par is the only variable we pass through. This is equal to global.tournament array, index n. And create the position, the depth, bracket marker, let's just do 0, 0. We just do plus 100 times n. And just check that this works. Like this. And we can worry about the coordinates later. Because we're running out of time. Bracket marker unknown.inpar not set before reading it. Oh, because they're still here. Yeah, those can't exist. If we're generating them, they can't be placed. Bingo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so these correspond to row 1, 2, and row 3, but there should be 4 rows. I'm just stupid. Yes. Okay. Okay, we got to the World of Ruin in the soundtrack. What a fucking vibe. 12 markers. We'll have to update these numbers. We don't have that coded in. Stores tournament results. We need to update these as a battle is won. The victory screen. Um, then here, let's set this to be the correct input value. Currently zeros. We need to define the CX and CY chords to map the check X marks to the proper blanks on the bracket card. Great. Okay. So those are the projects that we need to do next time. Next time, get those moved. Start designing the actual move sets. I'll do that off stream so that we know exactly what we want to do for Stego and Iguanodon. When we get here, Iguanodon is going to feature a new mechanic with some of its stuff. So we're going to have to implement that. This is going to be a quill mechanic, which is going to be like different effects that stick spines in the enemy, and then the enemy takes progressively more damage the more spines are attached to it. So that's going to be a whole thing where we have to code it, and then that's going to use the overlay system, and you should actually visibly see the spine sticking out of your animal. That's the plan. It'll be crude like the overlay system, right? But yeah. So that's kind of the plan for next stream, I think, is a lot more work on the visual side again that actually makes it look like we're developing a game before we get back into finishing up some of the code end things here. Like we need to do the code for this tournament update stuff, but we also need to properly handle some code for resetting the tournament when it's done so that you can do it over and over again in the demo. And then we need to do, we don't have the attacks fully implemented. Specifically, critical hits that have an effect attached don't work yet. So we need to implement those. And then probably a few other things that'll come up with the Stego and Iguanodon. But I mean, I'm pretty happy with today's progress for this being such a short stream. Everything worked really well. We had some bugs, but they were like minor ones. It was really easy actually to implement these new animals visually, which I'm really happy with because it makes me feel like my code isn't a complete piece of shit if I can just kind of show up and plug pieces together and make things work, right? So that's great. So yeah, we'll do the usual, do a save as, create another local backup amongst my millions of local backups. And I really, really need to remember to do my GitHub backup, or I'm going to regret it. I keep forgetting to do it. Then I'm running the risk of like losing everything, right? Which is